What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, I'm going to be going over talking about how you guys need to be preparing for Season 7 in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. That's going to be here on Friday, right? It's going to be here before we know it, and I'm just going to be walking you guys through some things that I've kind of, I don't want to say missed out on in the past, but that I've not necessarily done in the past that I am going to obviously do ahead of the new season. Now, again, there's certain things within what game mode you need to basically complete, but what you should be doing with your event cards, what you guys should be doing with the players on your squad. Like, there's so much to break down. The first thing I want to talk about is figure out where you're comfortable getting to. So for me in Showdown, I need to get 2 more wins so the MT goes to 25,000. Now, if you're close to 15, 60, or 120, make sure you get to a good stopping point. And that goes for the rest of the game mode. You'll come in here to park. If you're close to getting some extra MT, like if you're at 47 wins, you might want to grind out those 3 extra wins to get that little extra MT. And triple threat, right? For me, at 50 wins, I get a Hall of Fame badge. Is it worth it for 3 wins? Honestly, probably, right? I mean, it's not a ton of different games to grind out. Clutch time, I've got a good stopping point. I'm not super worried about it. Same thing with salary cap, right, guys? So if you're close to getting a certain prize, make sure you're getting done what you want to get done. I can't emphasize that enough because that's something in the past I've maybe missed out on slightly, and it's something that I do feel pretty passionate about. Now, same thing with challenges, guys. If you go over here to weekly challenges, if you want Rudy Tomjanovich, make sure you get him before the season does expire. Same thing for the Legend Badge, free Dark Matter. All of these things, make sure you get done what you're wanting to get done because they will expire at the start of the new season. Same thing for these kind of glitched event shattered piece prizes as well. Get done what you're trying to get done, but make sure you get to a good stopping point. So for me, do I want to grind out this, extra domination game? Probably. Do I want to get to, this showdown, 2 more showdown wins? Probably. Get to a good stopping point before the end of the season, and you will be in really, really good shape heading into, Season 7 of MyTEAM. So finish your challenges, and then after you finish your challenges, figure out what you're wanting to get done as far as the festival, but don't let these cards just sit in your collection because I have so many cards from so many different events just sitting in my collection that I just never did anything with. So if you want to make MT, then make MT. If you want to, go get Peja, then go get Peja. If you want to, work your way up, then work your way up. But get to a good stopping point. I can't emphasize that enough. It is so important and so valuable for you guys to do. Don't just let your, event cards expire because you've got so much MT just sitting in your collection. Between yesterday to today, basically mostly off the event cards, I've made, 700,000 MT just by going through, downgrading them to the diamonds, and then quick selling the diamonds. It's probably your best method for quick MT right now. Obviously, the shoes are probably going to get you more MT, but just figure out exactly what you're wanting to get done, and don't wait until the last minute, because if you have a couple of invincibles, it does take a decent, not a ton of time, but a decent amount of time for you guys to go through and downgrade each and every one of these event cards. But again, I do strongly recommend just using them because like I've mentioned, I've got some event cards from past events just sitting in my collection that I kind of forgot at the end of the season to do anything with. And again, 2K basically just makes you eat them. There's nothing I can do with them. I can't sell them. I can't exchange them anymore. There is nothing for me to do with them. And again, before the end of the next season, you basically got, 3 days to go through and figure out exactly what you want to get done. But like I mentioned, like for me, all I want is some extra MT, and so that is exactly what I am doing right now with these event cards, is just downgrading them, trying to earn that a little bit of extra MT. Now again, if you want to work your way up towards something, that's fine as well, but just don't, get in that middle ground position of you're stuck holding these event cards and then they expire and you get no MT out of them, you get nothing out of them. Make sure that you get something out of these event cards. I can't emphasize that enough. I think that is so important and so valuable to do. So like just there, I exchanged basically Galaxy Opus to diamonds, and boom, just like that, you're gonna see me end up getting a bunch of MT for that. So just kind of something that I would encourage you guys to consider. Same thing if you have any of these extra cards. Now, this is important to do. So for example, Timberwolves cards are going to be up in price. There are certain cards for certain teams that are up in price right now because people are trying to grind those things out. And so if you have any of these cards that are sellable, it is worth your time to go sell Rudy Gobert for 5,000 MT. It's worth your time to go sell Mike Conley. These cards are only going to go down probably in price. And so look at what agendas are in there right now and see, can I sell these cards and end up making a decent amount of MT off of them before the start of the new season? And again, it might not seem like it's that big of a deal, but again, if Gobert and Conley sell just like now, that's basically 10,000 MT for Gobert and Mike Conley, which is absolutely crazy. Those cards are emerald cards. They should not be selling for as much as they are, but with the challenges being in the game, they sell for a ton right now. So it's something that for you guys is worth your time to go through some of the cards that aren't playing for you, some of the cards that you just have sitting in your collection, and see if any of them have value, because a lot of them do hold some pretty solid value. Bobby really doesn't, but a lot of them do hold some pretty solid value as we do head into the new season. And again, the most important thing for you guys right now is figuring out who has value and what you guys can ultimately get for them. And so, like I said, for the Timberwolves, that's one example, but there are other examples. Even the Warriors players probably do have some value, probably not as much, right, as the Timberwolves, but they probably do have some value, especially, you know, if you do are looking to obviously sell them. So again, it is worth your time to go through and see, can I get, you know, 4,000 MT for some of these cards that normally wouldn't sell for that much MT on this game. And again, ahead of season 7, we don't know what the market's going to be like. We don't know if 100 overalls are going to be basically guaranteed in packs. Like, we don't know what the future of the auction house is necessarily going to be like. And so that's why right now, if you can get all the extra MT, I think it is so valuable to do. Now for me, another thing that I would at least encourage you guys to think about, if you have any of these extra badges like myself, I'd encourage you guys to try to slowly sell them. Now again, a lot of them aren't going to have a lot of value, but I've had a lot of these in my collection for a very long time. And at the end of the day, if you have to quick sell them, you can quick sell them. But we're getting closer to the end of the year where, again, I would encourage you guys to figure out exactly what you're trying to get done, but don't just get caught holding some of these things. Same thing with some of these shoes. Some of these shoes probably aren't going to sell for a crazy amount, but a lot of the reason that I'd encourage you guys to at least, you know, get some shoes off of the event is a lot of these shoes do hold some value. And if you can get 950 MT out of them instead of 300 MT, that is a big time difference. So go through and basically with your collection, find what you're wanting to sell. And I'm not even talking about selling your squad, right? Selling your team. Obviously, there are certain guys that I would maybe look at selling, but that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about making MT on top of that, which I do think is super important to obviously do. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now with things, and kind of the way that I would encourage you guys to think about it is you don't even think about, or you guys don't even need to sell your top end guys. You don't. You can hold on to them, because guess what? If Rudy Gobert is selling for 5,000 MT as an emerald card, you are going to be in a really solid position long term wise, right? If you're selling him and making MT off him, you are going to be in a really solid position. So those are kind of the main things that I would look at. Figure out where you're at in each game mode. For me, I need to grind a couple of more showdown wins. As I do grind those showdown wins, I do need to use a few out of position players. So I'm going to knock out 2 with 1 with that. Probably finish this domination grind. Again, after I do that, I'm going to downgrade all of the event cards that I get that extra little bit of MT off of them, and really be moving and grooving. Like I've mentioned, that has kind of been the way I've been doing things recently, is basically downgrading these cards, making that extra bit of MT off of them. And in turn, guys, long-term wise, I'm going to end up having a lot of that extra MT just by taking advantage of what this event is offering to myself. So just again, kind of a small thing that in the long run is going to make a massive difference. The last thing I want you guys to do is just get caught in the middle ground, right? Not exchanging your event cards for anything, not finishing a certain game mode in which, again, 2 games of showdown for me, 2 extra games, is going to get me that extra 15,000 MT in the game mode, plus all of these event cards that is going to make a massive, massive, massive difference. So that's just kind of something to think about for you guys. That's really going to wrap it up for my video today. I just kind of wanted to help you guys out. If you kind of are in that middle ground, or not in the middle ground, but trying to figure out what do I need to do at the end of Season 6 to prepare. Figure out where you're wanting to get done challenges. Figure out, is there anybody in your collection that sells for way more than they should be, like Rudy Gobert, like Mike Conley, those type of cards. And then just slowly start emptying it out, because again, we're in mid-May, guys. There's no reason to stash badges at this point. Like, even for myself, go through, quick sell some of the badges. Who cares, right? Even if you don't maximize the value of the badges, you're gonna add MT to your collection, which is of the utmost importance right now. So that's just kind of my opinion on things. If you do want the coach, obviously go get the coach. Something on my no money spent, I do need to make sure I get, but don't get caught in the middle ground is really my main piece of advice for you guys. That's gonna wrap it up for our video today. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.